No, no, but you see why I simply don't understand one thing. Yes, Sohail, before I come to you, just want to make one. I don't understand why we don't talk straight to Pakistan. Why we can't simply tell them that, listen, please don't lead us up the garden path anymore. I mean, you cannot, if Pakistan has the guts.
Arnab, there are two reasons for that. There are two reasons for that, Arnab. One is that there is a huge amount of pressure from the United States on us to go soft on Pakistan so that Pakistan can give its energies to America's war on terror, not India's war on terror. And the second factor is that as far as Pakistan is concerned, most of our senior political elite have failed to understand Pakistan. It's simple that if you want to do business with Pakistan, you do business with Pakistan's military. If they give you a guarantee, it sticks. Look at the LOC arrangement. Look at the water arrangement for Pakistan. The military was a signatory to all that. If you have the civilians, this is going to go up in smoke like the Lahore Declaration.
No, we simply need to understand one thing at this point of time. We need to safeguard our own national security tonight. And Tariq Azim is joining us, former Information Minister. Anis Jillani is, of course, with us. He wants to come back to the debate. Tonight, we are asking a very fundamental question. Yes, Mr. Jillani.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. One is, I'm sorry that I cannot see you, so I don't know who asked me the question, but I think the question was totally misplaced. It had nothing to do with the issue at hand. He started bashing Pakistan and the kind of institutions we have. This is not an issue. The issue is basically the legal one. And because if you want to discuss the institutional setup in Pakistan, then it calls for a separate debate, not in this context. But I think the way he sounded, it sounded as if he is addressing a public meeting rather than a TV program. But, coming to the...
That's Suhel Seth who made that point to you, and if he wants to respond, I will let him. Right now, I think he heard you there, but yes, Mr. Jillani, you complete your point, and Suhel Seth, I'll come to you for your reaction after that.
Yes. I think Mr. Jillani is again logically facetious. Institutions have a bearing to the way Pakistan is behaving in this particular case.
May I complete?
You yourself have said there was a slow trial of Lakhvi. You yourself have said that. You have admitted the retarded or the slowness of your own institution.
Okay.
You have admitted. We have seen what's happened in Pakistan.
Now let Mr. Jillani
rule of law. You all hounded your own Chief Justice.
Let Mr.
I'm not saying it's a matter of record.
Suhel, now let Mr. Jillani respond and then I come back to you. Let him complete his point tonight. Yes, Mr. Jillani.
Thank you very much. I think we have a high blood pressure problem also here. But, the thing is, we are talking the legal angle. And the legal angle is that, I'm sure the legal minds in India also will be able to appreciate this, that you need to connect Kasav with the culprits here, the accused here. And, it's easy to link them in media or when you are writing an article, but in a court of law, you have to link them.
I have a simple question for you, Mr. Jillani.
How will you establish the link?
I have a simple question. Yes. Since you are arguing legally, I have a legal question for you. Tariq Azim, good evening. I'm going to come to you in a couple of minutes. I have a legal question for the very eminent lawyer, Mr. Jillani, who is joining us tonight.
Please.
My question to you is, Pakistan says there's no mutual legal assistance treaty, right? That's what it says. When we say we want to send a judicial commission to interrogate all the barbarians who carried out the attack, including Lakhvi, Hafiz Saeed and all the... Pakistan says there's no MLAT between us, right? That's what it says. So on what basis, Mr. Jillani? On what foundation, Mr. Jillani? On what logic, Mr. Jillani, does Pakistan even ask or suggest sending a judicial commission to corroborate the evidence, that has been gathered of Mr. Kasav?
Can I respond now?
Sure, please do.
I got your point. Let me respond to that. It's very simple. It's not a complicated issue. It's like, for instance, suppose if I am arrested by the police, just the way Kasav has been arrested in Bombay, and suppose in the investigation, in my statements, I say that Mr. XYZ in India trained me in India and I was acting at the behest of this person in India. Then should that person in India be arrested?
I have a
just
question
on
for
the
you.
basis of my statement.
I have a question for you.
Just on the basis of a statement I am making in Pakistan.
No, I have a question.
Will you arrest a person in India?
Well,
yeah.
Now,
if suppose you want to,
if you want
to arrest a person in India,
I'll let Soli Sorabjee come in.
What we need to tell him,
Maroof?
what we need to tell him with due respects, despite his legal mind, what he needs to be brought home, it was just not Kasab's statement. It was telephone conversation, it was GPS coordinates, it was maps that were found, it was even other intercepts by American intelligence agencies. Now, if that's not proof enough, then nothing is.
So, and on the similar logic, I mean, I would like to Mr. Azim, welcome to this debate tonight.
Yes.
Mr. Azim, you've been known to be a very, you're known to be a moderate voice and a man of great reason. I'm sure you are aware.
Thank you.
That in 1 week or 2 weeks or maybe, 20 days from now, as we hear Zakir Rahman Lakhvi is let off on the facetious reason that, we can't go by the evidence that has been gathered and presented when all the evidence is in Pakistan, there will be a sense of great outrage in India, great anger in India. And Pakistan, India will accuse Pakistan of deliberately trying to botch up this probe, not just slow it down. Are you prepared for the consequences?
Mr. Goswami, let's keep in mind that the legal issues, especially the legal procedures, both in India and Pakistan, is a very lengthy one, very annoying one. People always talk about why is it taking so long. Let me also give you an example. We have a person sitting in Kotla jail in Lahore named Sarabjit Singh. Now, he had admitted in courts in Pakistan that he carried out certain attacks on behalf of RAW. And he had killed 14 people. Now, this case goes back to 1990, and you are well aware of it. Now, this man's last appeal to President of Pakistan was turned down in 2003. He's still sitting in jail in Lahore, still has not been executed, still there are mercy petitions being filed on his behalf by his family. His sisters came and visited him, his daughters came and visited him here in Pakistan. So the case is the same in both sides of the border. I understand, and we have got no case for Mr. Kasav, he acted the way he acted.
I can read out for you.
Everybody roundly condemned the attacks in Bombay. Every section of society here condemned it, from president downwards. And we are not saying that, Kasav should be spared and handed back to Pakistan.
Mr. Azim, factually, suppose one were to say, okay, you disregard Indian evidence. You have no faith in Indian evidence. You need to send 3 men to interrogate the sub-inspector who recorded Kasav's statement. Fine. What about what Headley said? I read out for you what Headley said. He said, there is no doubt I am a Lashkar operative who was part of the conspiracy to wage war against India, and goes on to say the following LET men were involved in the planning of 2611. Hafiz Saeed, Chief of LET, Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, LET Chief Military Commander, middle level commanders like Sajid Mahid, Muzammil, Abdul Rahman Alias Pasha, Abdul Alkama, Abdul Kahafa, Abu Hamza and Yaqub. This is, and there are reams written about this man. Simple, is your country safe?
Yeah,
with a man like this being let off? Or is the Headley confession also not to be taken at face value?
Goswami, can I say something?
Yeah, please.
May I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, please, you need to understand this is not something difficult, and you need not get very emotional about it. Just
I'm
look
presenting
at it
the
from
facts
a
to you
legal
tonight.
angle.
This is a cold, hard piece of evidence.
They say it's a basic principle of law both in Pakistan and India, and by the way, both the countries have the same legal system.
Yes.
That no one should be condemned unheard. Right? This is a basic principle. No one should be condemned unheard. Now, if you try to connect the accused in Pakistan with the crime committed in Bombay, then the lawyers of the accused in Pakistan will write to cross-examine those people who are accusing them.
Mr. Jillani, if I take
your
argument, let there be reciprocity.
Fine.
Why won't you let an Indian Judicial Commission visit Islamabad and interrogate all these people who we need to fulfill our own case requirements? Why wouldn't you let us interrogate them? Build up a case against them. Take them to the International Court of Justice. Why will you deny India access to Zakir Rahman Lakhvi? What are you scared of? What will he reveal?
This I don't know.
That's the point.
This may be because of political reasons.
No,
right?
that's the
but
point.
I'm saying,
that's the point.
Like Goswami, if suppose If suppose you are
but you just said it's legal. Now you're saying it's political reasons.
You will like to cross-examine Kasav. You will like to cross-examine.
No, but you said so far it's legal. Now you yourself acknowledged it's political. I want Soli Sorabjee to come in. He's listening to this. Soli Sorabjee is a fine legal mind. He knows the systems of India and Pakistan legally like the back of his hand. Mr. Sorabjee, you are hearing the very eminent lawyer's point of view from Islamabad. I would like your response.
But I don't understand whether the question of condemning anyone unheard. The question is, as you said, Headley has made that confession, or rather made that statement. There are other pieces of evidence. Put to them, hear them, and decide. But don't put off that by coming out with one reason or the other. Okay, we want this, we want that. Of course he's right. We can't condemn anyone unheard. But who says that condemned and unheard? Put this evidence in front of them and then come to a conclusion.
That's the point. That's put the evidence on both sides.
No, Arnab.
Yes, Suhel, you want to come in, and then I'm getting a last word from Tariq Azim tonight.
There is a bigger point which I want to place before the two gentlemen from Islamabad. While there is commonality in the systems of justice that both countries have embraced, the mechanism of distributing and demonstrating that justice is different. So please don't build commonalities between India and Pakistan by saying, oh, we have the same lowest common denominator. We're talking about something different. 2611 was state-sponsored terrorism. That needs a different kind of orientation and a different kind of responsibility and a different kind of owning up. That we haven't seen from the state of Pakistan. I'm not talking about the people. I started by saying I love the people of Pakistan.
Now let Tariq Azim respond to you.
One is worried about.
Let Tariq Azim respond to you now. Yes.
Mr. Goswami, I think this is the point that is being made. I think we can look at it. I think we, in order to get the distrust, taken away between the two states, keeping in mind that we have got this state of distrust, I think we need to work on this. I agree with the person, last gentleman who was talking about, that maybe we should have some sort of a common intelligence, sharing. We should have a common legal sharing business, whereby we can try and understand each other's problems. I mean, these were non-state actors. Nobody's condoning what they have done. We have condemned it. I keep saying over and over again. Now, having said all that, yes, a case can be made that if there is evidence available to India and India wants Pakistan to share our evidence with you, we should be able to do that, and vice versa. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Vice versa. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. This is something that one should be able to look at.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not? That's a starting point. Allow access
I hope
to
there's less vice in that vice versa.
Okay, let a team from the Mumbai police or the National Investigating Agency fly down to Islamabad. Let them interrogate Lakhvi. Then maybe we will have parity on both sides.
We have been saying, for example, about Samjhota Express. We know that some certain serving officers of the Indian Army were involved in supplying this RDX or whatever it was. But we have not said that the whole of the Indian Army is involved in it. There are certain individuals, certain extremists which exist in all societies.
We are not saying all of
and these people should be taken care of.
No, 1 sec. Okay, I'm wrapping up, gentlemen, for want of time.
Please do not suggest a committee or a delegation.
No.
It'll become another excuse.
No, it's not a committee or delegation, but if there can be on both sides equal access, that's a starting point. But let it be known clearly tonight that if Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi and those 7 other men are let off from jail and let off free in Pakistan, certainly the government of India will ensure it's not without consequences. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on that debate tonight. I'm glad we got all points of view tonight.